Welcome to yet another interesting episode of The People's Verdict. I'm Patrick Soko, and today in the studio I'm joined by the UPND, the United Party for National Development, Deputy National Youth Chairman, Mr. TREVOR MWIINDE, who's going to help me discuss various issues pertaining to the UPND administration. Well, our topic of discussion is, as the UPND diverted from its campaign promises, well, we are going to be finding out from Mr. MWIINDE just now. Welcome to the program, Mr. MWIINDE.
I'm grateful, thank you, Mr. Soko, and I'm also deeply indebted to the viewers across Zambia, Africa, and the world at large, those that are able to view and have spared their precious time to listen to what we are about to discuss. We are grateful, my brother.
Interesting. We also value your participation whenever we call on you, every time that you could find time to be with us in the studio today. We really appreciate your availability, Mr. MWIINDE. Just to start discussing our discussion, Mr. MWIINDE, 8 months after taking over office from the Patriotic Front, have you departed from your pledges as the UPND, as suggested by your critics?
Well, politics being what they are, we have a lot of people that want to massage their mistakes. They want to massage their errors, and they want to believe that what they say, even if it does not carry any water, can be heard in the public domain. We have not diverted, sir. Mm-hmm. What has transpired is that we have a lot of individuals across Zambia, those that are also promoting the very opposite of what the policies of the UPND government has been. And due to certain pronouncements, mm-hmm. I do believe that we said we were going to bring about peace and harmonize the situation, the relationship between the people that are found in bus stations and the vendors, the marketeers, the freedom, their liberty is restored. So it is exactly that which the UPND is moving on with that very agenda. You can not believe it as if it is not in the same country where about 8-9 months ago, if you went into intercity, you were almost entering like in the lion's lair. So we as UPND, we have made sure that every other Zambian is free and is able to be where they want to be. It's no longer an issue of which political party do you belong to. Mm-hmm. But the PF had really politicized the markets, and we have not departed from any of our campaign promises. We are a pragmatical political party, and we are a formal institution that which what we said is also written down. We are drawing our strength from our party manifesto, believing too well that we have also seen a lot of errors, a lot of lapses, ills and wrongs that which have been administered to the population in Zambia. We are not people that have just jumped on the bandwagon of leadership from nowhere. We have struggled through the process. Our struggle credentials are open to everybody who is well-meaning to see. And for that cause, we will not be able to put the Zambian people in a similar precarious situation as it was before.
Interesting. Now, Mr. MWIINDE, I will also give you an opportunity to just rate yourself out of 10 as the UPND in terms of various commitments you had made prior to the August 12th general election. Now that you are in government, so far, how do you rate yourself out of 10?
It is unprecedented, unrivaled information that from the pronouncements that which the New Dawn administration has put in place. Mm-hmm. Almost all of them, they are falling through. One of them, first of all, is that we promised every other Zambian that we shall have a sober environment, mm-hmm. a clear Zambia where each and everybody shall exercise their abilities and capabilities to coexist as a country, to live as our motto, one Zambia, one nation. So if you are to look at it, Mr. Soko, very well and precisely, you will realize that we promised Zambians of decent jobs, and the jobs are on the cards. Let's not forget too easily, Mr. Soko. Under the previous regime, I'm not condemning, I'm not blaming, but I want to illustrate.
Exactly.
Under the previous regime, we had wage freeze. People's salaries, in short, they were not being adjusted in government. And we had even employment, job freeze, employment freeze. People were not being employed except on selective situations where we know that maybe you are my nephew, you are my cousin, things like that. It has not been heard of in this country that the recruitment of 11,000 something health workers and a recruitment of about 30,000 teachers, it has not been heard of in this country. There has been a lot of relaxation from us as politicians who wanted to make sure that we treat Zambians as if they are our servants. And the true scenario is the other way around. We are servants of the people. We were voted for by the people. Political power is very temporal, and it has got a very short time frame. So if at all we do not use our time in political office very carefully, we are also aware of the grave consequences that which may follow thereafter. Our credibility will be at risk, and our also standing in society, Zambians will no longer be able to trust almost anybody. So we want to give back to the Zambians what they have been losing over the years. There has never been any audit of employed citizens in this country. We have had countries that which have made progress, like Uganda, Tanzania. Tanzania made progress under the reign of the late President Magufuli, John Magufuli. They did an audit of their civil service in terms of the qualifications and all. It is not like here in Zambia, where we had the qualifications audit on a politician. And unlike qualifications audit, Zambia Qualifications Authority was created for a politician. Have you seen how negative energy, how in reverse engineering we were? So as it stands, the local government commission is standing ready. It has been a practical institution that which has been walking the talk, doing a cleanup in terms of looking at the qualifications which will match the job specification and the job requirements and job demands. Yeah.
So in terms of the figure, you have explained some progress and things that you think you are progressively achieving. In terms of the figure, which figure are you giving yourself? Okay,
you have asked me to rate myself from 10 to between 10 and 0. Of course, 0 is not a number, because if you were to multiply 0 with even 1 billion, you will still come back to 0. So talking about a realistic arrangement of things in this dispensation, there is a fresh wind of peace, love, and a sense of belonging. True patriotism has come to Zambia. And true patriotism, the way it has come to Zambia, it has come to stay. It has not come on a temporal basis, and it has not come on selective basis to say, who is it? We want to respect you. In case you have forgotten, the media space in Zambia had reduced. The flow of information was so bad, such that you had to always be in the position to discuss every time good things about the ruling party. There were a lot of parroters, negative energies, people that were singing negative energy, singing praise singers. Almost everybody in this country had turned green, and we thank God we are no longer interested to turning the country political, but we want to turn the country into an economic hub, a destination of choice in Africa. We have a ministry of SME, which will specifically look into the well-being of small and medium enterprises. So if the people that want to challenge the system, you can only challenge a system that which is working against its people. So this system is pro-poor, and this system of the New Dawn administration wants to deal with matters that which are of key importance to the coexistence of every other Zambian.
Turning into other matters now, Mr. Mwinde, I want us to also look at this concern. I don't know if you also share this concern that was shared by your chairman in the same department, Mr. Gilbert Liswaniso, where he was of the view that you are being frustrated, or rather, young people are being frustrated from benefiting from various empowerment programs under the Constituency Development Fund, CDF. Now, we're just going to play this clip, and on the other side, we'll be getting Mr. Mwinde's perspective on this subject.
The directors of the PS understand that your role is to ensure that you attend to the people of Zambia. The decentralization of the of power to the people, that's how we need to engage each other. Mr. Hakainde Chilema was very clear when he took the money to the constituency, because he understands that that's how people now will benefit. Now, if you want to frustrate, tomorrow you are being fired, either you have been appointed today, tomorrow you are being fired, and then you complain and then you call Gilbert Liswanis, I'm not going to attend to you. The issue is, I listen to the voices of the people, those who are complaining. The voices of the youths, it is my voice. I may not come to your office, but whatever you give an answer to a youth everywhere in the country, if you give me a rough answer, you are giving a rough to Gilbert Liswanis. When you are fired, you want to call Gilbert Liswanis. I'm saying no. Would rather also, maybe you call the president than calling me. Going forward, I'm appealing to you people now. It is time you understand that UPND is in power, and the people of Zambia has to benefit for what they voted for. So when they come to your offices, please ensure that you do what is right. Don't call Gilbert when you are being fired. No. The issue is, when we come to your offices, what are you doing to the youths? What are you doing to the women? What are you doing to the general public of this country? That's the most important thing, which all those today who are running this institution to come to understand that we are there to watch whatever they are doing.
There you have it. That was a comment from Gilbert Liswaniso there, your comrade in the Department of Youth and Concerns there, Mr. Mwinde. Is that what is happening on the ground? Are government officials or directors frustrating your youth empowerment programs, especially under the CDF?
Well, we are looking at the same picture from different angles. Yes, and I cannot also overstate the fact that a politician's view is that we made pronouncements through our chief candidate then, the candidate that which we put on the UPND ballot, His Excellency the President of Zambia. We made pronouncements that we are going to do this, we're going to do this, and he has appointed his cabinet. And according to public administration, in the tenets and in the practical aspects of public administration, there are two methods or two styles of public administration. There is a spoil type, where if a new regime comes in, it does a cleanup of the system, especially sensitive departments. People, heads are maybe transferred or maybe reoriented into other, or redeployed into other sectors. And there is also a merit type of public administration, where people that are skilled, people that are qualified and well experienced in what they are doing in public administration, they are allowed to continue. I believe that we have also, as UPND New Dawn government, we have also followed the instructions too much according to the book. We have been too methodical. Yes, that I must admit. We have been too methodical. And it's just like today when you come and pronounce that.
But it's been methodical affecting your performance as well?
Being methodical, there are people who know that their performance is below par, and they needed some people also to pump them up or to pop them up by telling them, oh, let's do things in this way. And unfortunately, they want to defend themselves by using the presidential declaration of saying, oh no, look, there's no more cadarism. But in as much as you would want to say there's no more cadarism, there's no more belonging either green or red or orange or whichever, the midpoint or the common denominator is that we are all Zambians. And being Zambians, I cannot be happy to see a fellow Zambian being fired. Okay, so we keep on admonishing one another, we keep on advising one another, we keep on telling certain others, certain privileged few, that we talk to Mr. Soko, we tell them, maybe you try to do it like this in line with the policies of the new Dawn administration, but it seems that we have concomitantly failed because the people that we thought we could advise, they are too well experienced in doing their wrong beyond the North Bearing. And beyond the North Pole, they have even gone beyond even the Arctic Circle. We don't know the destination that which we are headed to. In terms of the administrators at director level, we have people that are very, very arrogant and that are poised to be a danger to the fulfillment of the policies of the new Dawn administration. It is true.
And the others are still others, Mr. Rosonis was suggesting that they prefer working with some people who belong to the PF than youths who may be who have no allegiance to the former ruling party. Is that how true is that?
What it is we have heard civil servants telling Zambians. When I'm speaking here, I'm not speaking as a political party youth leader. I'm speaking as a national youth leader, because the governance system, our political party was the one that which the Zambians preferred over the others. So when I'm speaking, using this platform and using this title, I'm not here to abuse it only to try and single out others, supporters and non-supporters. So we have heard people, civil servants, public servants who go out and tell the people to say, the youths, when I talk about the youths, it's every other person. So they go to the youths and tell them, no, look, this is the watermelon you are looking for. So you must be able to live with it. So this is the watermelon, we will coexist even if it doesn't please you. So look, I can work with you even if I don't like you. I will quote Ahmadinejad, the former Iran president, who said that we can still do business even with our enemy, because within the time we are doing business is just a transaction, and after doing the business, enmity continues. You cannot justify. Where are the boys that were bringing confusion? We were on this TV before, we told them. We said, they are Congolese. They are people that were bringing confusion in this country. Where have they gone? They have all gone into hiding. The reality of the matter is that we have a mixed breed of civil servants. There are civil servants that were employed not on the basis of qualifications, but on nepotism, chronism, and the others because of being sycophants. Yes, because they were yes boss to everything that which came, and they were given opportunities to be in the civil service. So in that way, it has costed the government, because the true belief of a politician is to make sure that he fulfills the agenda he has. His Excellency, the President Hakainde Hichilema, the 7th Republican President of Zambia, he has a burning desire to deliver. When I look at His Excellency, it's the reason why I have supported him all these years. When I looked at him and I looked at his lifestyle, he's a person who is an achiever, a go-getter. So if you have a person in leadership, because His Excellency is way ahead of most of the people that are being led by even maybe 20 years. He's already embracing a Zambia in its changed form. And then there are other people that still want to eat in confusion, just like the song which Bob Marley sang. They flourish in confusion, okay? They flourish in confusion because if there's no confusion, there's no opportunity for them to make money. So we have seen them. I agree more with Chairman Gilbert Liswaniso. And we cannot keep on being crybabies. Because look, we have struggled together with our youth to reach where we have reached today. And His Excellency has been speaking time and again. We want to have a sober group of youths that will be able to help us attain a certain level of leadership. Because look, as I'm summing up on that score, we cannot also have youths that go to the leader always with a problem. We must have a crop of youths that will go to the leader with a problem and a parcel, a cocktail of solutions, possibilities. You see, we cannot be always crying to say this person is ill-treating us, this person is ill-treating us. We know the people that recommend them. We know of certain other civil servants, even in the local government commission, who want to lie to their council secretaries that, no, I'm going for a party mobilization meeting for 20 days. I don't want to be in the council office. We have not invited any other person in the mobilization department that is a civil servant. So we want to distance ourselves and make sure that as youths, we have the right to benefit from the change that which we voted for. So we are not being apologetic and we are not going to offend anybody in the process of us attaining that level of thought. We want to make sure that it comes into a reality that your vote was not wasted. His vote, her vote, they were not wasted, so that we are able to live amicably. And it is for that reason, in certain ministries, there were exchange of contracts based on political party affiliation. Look at me, my brother. I've reached where I am. Look at Mwenyakawe. Yes, he has reached where he is. He has not worked anywhere in the government, not because he is not qualified. You have people that have been promoted from being a sweeper into almost a director. You expect things to work out very well. The answer is no. We have got the youths like Tepra Mumba in Matero. You have a youth like Tepra Mumba, a graduate from University of Zambia, a graduate who has his bachelor's of science in some proper field. He has been reduced to become a spanner boy at the BMW workshop. So we are looking for practical intervention, integrated measures that which are going to rid the poverty that which has encroached into our welfare as a country. It will also, you know, everything is connected. Very soon you will be asking me, I know, about the rising cost of living in Zambia. But that also emanates from having a team of workers in the system that are resistant. They are resisting the change that which is there to stay. Because Zambians now are decided, we are decided, you are decided, every other person is decided to make sure that we are going to have a country that which is going to enjoy its peace. Because we are in leadership, courtesy of the people we are leading. So we will not be able to allow people that are stubborn to be in the civil service. They must be civil servants and servants of the people, willing to listen to the cries of the people. We did not choose leadership in order to be annihilated, destroyed, or maybe perhaps become beggars. We have ideas of how we have also been existing, even when we were in opposition. How bad can the situation be now termed worse for the people that supported the New Dawn? So it is important, whether supporter or not supporter, but as long as we are Zambians, let's learn to share opportunities. His Excellency the President has created a cocktail of solutions and programs that which are beneficial to the countrymen and women.
Interesting. In case you are just joining us, you are watching The People's Verdict, and my guest today is UPND Deputy National Youth Chairperson, Mr. TREVOR MWIINDE, and we are having a conversation on the question dubbed, has the UPND diverted from its campaign promises? You two, our dear viewers, can add your voice to this conversation by sending your text on our Facebook platform, as well as calling us via studio in case you want to interact with our guest on the program. Now, proceeding further, Mr. MWIINDE, I want to bring you to one of the topical issue, which is the cost of living. You touched on it briefly, but now I want you to get deep into it, because one of the issues you campaigned based on as a political party while in opposition is the easing the cost of living by also lowering the cost of doing business and the cost of fuel, the cost of transport. But the opposite is true at the moment, Mr. Mwinde. What do you have to say about that?
Well, we are not in the studios to play politics and to be adamant to what is wrong. There is no country on earth, I don't know of any country where the human soul exists and has leadership, and leadership's prayer is to punish its people. Leadership is there to find solutions when there is a problem. And unfortunately, we have a country where people in the past were living in denial. I agree with you more that there is a rising cost of living in Zambia. It's true. And do you know what that means? When somebody admits, it means that there's consensus that we must find a solution. And the leadership of the government, including myself and yourself and every other viewer and listener out there, we are busy working around the clock to make sure that we facilitate a win-win situation for all. We remove our people from abject poverty. I'll give you an example. We have got mines in Zambia.
Exactly.
Quite well. And in these mines, I had a tour of Northwestern Province last week. In these mines, you have drilling contracts that which even can go even up to $1 million US dollars.
You just hold on your thoughts on the mining sector there. You are through to Camnet TV.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening and welcome to the People's Verdict.
Good evening, thank you.
Your names and where you're calling us from?
This is Chimba calling from Kasam.
Mr. Chimba, you can go ahead with your contribution.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I would like to first commend the UPND government for the wonderful things that they've done in the short period of time that they have been in power. When we compare where we come from, the past decades or so, you'll find that what the UPND has done in 8 months is quite commendable. However, my issue today is on the higher education loan and scholarship board. During the campaign, the president promised to suspend the deduction as soon as the UPND formed government. And most of us who voted for the UPND based on this promise. Because when we look at the cost of living right now, things are tough. And we are undergoing deductions. And these deductions are due ranging from 1,000, others it goes as far as 2,000. So we are just trying to find out through the officials of UPND when the president will come to us and address the issue, since this was a campaign promise.
Thank you very much for your contribution, sir. Well, Mr. Chishimba, Mr. Mwinde,
I'm very grateful. You
Yes.
see, I wanted to talk about the cost of living in another dynamic, but I'm grateful. Thank you to Mr. Chishimba from Kasama. We did the promise. We spoke as agents of progress.
Yes.
On behalf of the party. We were commissioned to go and speak. We spoke that education will be free. The cost of tertiary education also will be revisited. And I do believe that even the issues of bursaries and everything else was addressed. And I want to also air out, and I take this opportunity to use Mr. Chishimba's comment to address one thing. We will be able, first of all, to convey your message to the minister in charge of education and his permanent secretary, Mr. Kamoko. And I think you must be in the position to get a quickest possible reaction to that. But internally in these institutions, we have received numerous calls from various stakeholders, parents, guardians, that there are people in the name of vice chancellors in these institutions, especially these government institutions, who, when a child comes and chooses a program to study, they come and start changing them and telling them that, no, this one is full, and when this one is full, you better just go and choose another career. So all those are bottlenecks it's a cog in a wheel of progress. Okay, so we have had pronouncements as politicians, and I think it's high time that the new Dawn administration, I want also to make a passionate appeal on behalf of Zambians, that we have heard enough of the cries from our people, and you, comrades, civil servants, those that are mandated to look into the plight of our citizens, please do not cry foul when the acts of either demotion, redeployment, or disappointment. Because when you are appointed, the next thing you wait for is disappointment. Yes, lucky are those that retired all through and through. We had the likes of professionals like diplomat, Honorable Ambassador Leslie Mbula. Those were born privileged. They served the government in a very extensive manner, clearly across borders, yes. So we have people that feel a life only exists in a political party. The life of a man is beyond a political party. The life of a man is beyond affiliation to a club. A political party is a club where we come to meet and converge our ideas and views, and make policies, or probably, if you are in opposition, you call it a manifesto, to try and persuade the general public to vote and trust you. So having been given a mandate to lead and be in the position of leadership in this country, we must not be able to entertain these people that are sitting jokingly, frustrating the efforts that which we made. We have already moved a milestone, and we will not be able to be taken back again into Egypt, into slavery. We refuse to go back into Egypt, because into slavery there was starvation. Into slavery there was punishment even when you have not made any offense. There was ill treatment of the citizens. It's a passionate appeal to comrades that are working. We don't want you to lose your job. Why would you be so much arrogant? You want to start now biting the finger that which is feeding you. And we are also appealing to the Zambia police. There is no room to jack anymore. I've got confidence. I've visited the Inspector General of Police once. Our expectation is that the police must walk the talk. And it should not be the president who should come and tell the IG to say, no, we understand that there is room for studying and group dynamics, looking at the systems. And
are you, in other words, Mr. Mwinde, suggesting that there are some elements within the police service in the lower ranks that are trying to also frustrate your efforts?
The lower ranks have been frustrated. They have been stepped on their peace and on their liberties by people that are in the middle management. There was the same people that were making decisions when we were in opposition are the same people that are making decisions even now. Because
but you are being methodical.
If I want to, yes, you are very right. You're very right. If I want to put it correctly, I can say that time and again in this country, people have been fired. Even at cabinet office level, people have been retired when the new government comes in to move that agenda to a certain level. But we also need professionals that have got passionate experience and a desire, a driving desire to save the citizens of this country. It's unfortunate that within wanting to have the people that can save the people of Zambia, we also leave out wrong elements. People that are arrogant, people that are pompous, people that are not going to be listening to any views. Believe it or not, we must be able to embrace one another respectfully.
We take that call. Okay, we've lost that call. You can proceed, Mr.
Yes,
Mr. Mwinde. You were actually responding.
Politics must not be at the... We must not politicize everything. We must not politicize the way we dress. We must not politicize the way we eat. We must not politicize any other things. So politics must go that much or that far. Not whereby politics now must be able to define, even in the church, we must be able to politicize one another.
We take that call. Hello, you are through to Kamne TV.
Okay, good evening, Mr. Toko.
Good evening, sir. Your name and where are you calling us from?
Okay, this is very important for me to know about.
All right, you can go ahead for contribution, sir.
Okay, good evening, Mr. TREVOR.
Good evening, thank you, Sam.
Okay, thank you know how to build the legal community. That way, we are aware that the idea.
Yes.
Yes, we can get you now.
That is why we are aware that we try to process. Then my report, try to process my necessary. Then to process individually by the place. At that particular discussion, yes, they never but they need to get this data. So, this is for corruption. It is a way country from America. No, that's the for the right thing for one year of corruption. They condemn because that's now, I will compare this and that for one person per year. Let's see what you
All right, there you have it. I think I don't know if you
I've
managed to
very well.
get the line was pretty bad.
It was hazy, yes. So
Yeah, so it's a bit difficult, but I
What
was
have you
asking
gotten?
the question, and I couldn't get much of it, Mr. Wind.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that line was very bad from Mongo Western Province. We just, I think the network system was just too fluctuating. So you can proceed.
So I'm talking about empowerment in terms of living projects. We have Zambians that have grown and matured in the industries, like I will tell you, mining, drilling, in terms of explorations. We have got Zambians that have got the capacity. Yes, we have a lot of yawning opportunities that which have not been tapped in this country. You see, even when you are talking about youth and employment, you have a lot of people that want to go even like for military training.
Exactly.
You have a lot of chances and openings where the UN calls for peacekeepers. They are saying, no, we want volunteers maybe to go, not of course Ukraine, maybe Central African within our own mother Africa. And what it entails is that the Ministry of Defense can open up. They can do, they get professionals. You're a degree holder, they take you to go and orient you on how to dress a uniform. They say, no, we are okay, we are also going to send in a backup team of maybe about 2,000, 5,000. We have a lot of yawning opportunities across this country. The only other chance that which I also have to mention is that the cost of living can always change. Because we are not in a dispensation that which is not respecting democracy, that which is not respecting human rights. Human rights are respected to the utmost. You have seen even people that wanted to do the opposite, who were beating up drunkard, people that bar patrons and bar owners, going to go and protest even to a visiting minister from England. So we want to believe that the new Dawn administration, we don't want to overpraise it. We have acknowledged that there is an increase in terms of the cost of living, and it has come because of the increment on the fuel. Okay, the increment on the fuel, its implication is that the UPND government inherited $720 million, 720,000 million US dollars, money which was government procured fuel which it did not pay for. And if we were to continue to say we'll do subsidy, mzaga mbera kuto no once many of us is Zesco out tingeni some of Chinese because Zesco kankara ku China. Those are the consequences of trading charo chankongole. You see, and we would also realize that if what would have happened is that recruitment yama teachers they would have just gotten that allowance and added it to their ministers' salaries. Because moreover, who drives a big car is a minister. It's only now, these people want now to politicize things. We have seen certain other members of parliament now driving smaller cars, going to say no because of, why didn't they adjust when they were in the ruling? Because it's so soon, they should not forget that they were enjoying. Others of those people have served the government in different portfolios. Okay? So politics of confusion and the politics of fighting personalities, I think those are politics that which are bygone. And we are into this new dawn administration. We thank God for a peaceful son in the name of His Excellency Hakainde Hichilema. Because even me as Trevor MWIINDE, if I was made to be president, and then looking at where he passed, if even for one day, 2 weeks, in this country, if His Excellency the President did not make the pronouncements of peace, reconciliation, I think would have had bloodshed, would have been able to kill one another. But we thank God's grace, and we are praying for him, we are praying for his family, to make sure that he manages the welfare of this country in a godly manner. The issues of the cost of living, we have acknowledged. And acknowledgement means that it's a step further. We are not living in denial. We will be able to do just to make sure that the citizens complain no more. Even as it stands right now, the government is still subsidizing on fuel. And by June, the government intends to do probably much better towards the cost of fuel, to try and ameliorate the burden of the citizens. We have heard there are a lot of stakeholders. The church has spoken maybe twice. We have Bishop Lungu, or Bishop Banda, I think. He has spoken about it. And we are ardent listeners, and we are willing to do that which is correct to make sure that we also cut on the debt that which the country has inherited. It is bad for a country. It's bad for even a family. It's just like a father of a house dies and then he leaves a lot of debt behind. And I don't think that any other child will be proud to try and pay for the meat that which the father ate in 1982, and yet the child was born maybe in the end of his life. At no ripirani koni nyama yamene banadi watate bano banatenga ko chibero cha ng'ombe. Yes, yamene simuna shetepo mumali bemano.
Someone wants to engage in the conversation. You are through to Camnet TV. Welcome to the People's Verdict. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, we are through to the People's Verdict. May we have your name and where you are calling us from, please?
Thank you very much. This is Kathleen calling you from Mpongwe.
Mpongwe, all right. Mpongwe is listening. You can go ahead with your contribution, sir.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, let me appreciate the contribution which is made by Comrade Trevor MWIINDE there. We really appreciate for the explanation. I just want also to comment also on our national, or maybe on your national leadership for the youth, also the youth. Actually, for sure, when you step in all these governmental departments, looking at what also the national chairman this one is also commenting, and also from the comment which you made, surely there are a lot of people in these departments, governmental departments, which of course they are really hiding in the name of this pronouncement which has been made by the New Dawn government to say let's not be politicize the civil service itself. But nevertheless, when you check, as you have mentioned, all the people who are also privileged in the decision making in the previous government before, now they are hiding in the name of, because they are shooting now to say no, there is no issue of politics in the civil service. And we are seeing these people acting totally opposite to the instruction or maybe the pronouncement which is made by the government. Just parallel, then surely the political party itself, or maybe the senior political party, people like yourself, Mr. MWIINDE, you have a very least to say, since you are coming from certain categorized political party which is ruling at the moment. And for sure, that problem will seem that it's still affecting the country. Even the issue of the rating the performance for the new Dawn government, it's through those impurities which you saw out of the previous government, which they are really still making a lot of frustration, which are making for these efforts which are being made away from it. We are in the community, we interact with some of these people, and we know and we hear what they're saying. You understand? It's really very unfortunate that most of them, they haven't realized that they are there to save the people. Now, my request from you, Mr. MWIINDE, I don't know how, as a national management of the youth, what you are doing concerning that. I know you have a certain platform, we engage all these government, or these high officers, for example, the ministers, the president.
Oh, I think we have lost him there. But I think you have gotten what he was trying to put across, Mr. MWIINDE. He's actually agreeing with you.
We have pretending civil servants, Mr. Soko. People cannot pretend that, you know, we are coming from, some of us, we were at school, I was at first at school in 1987. Okay? We went to school where you can go to school wearing the same pair of shoes in the morning. Ukakomboka, brother wako na iva sapato yamene. Okay, we have been through a thick and a thin. We have been in a situation whereby Kaunda is passing in the road. You are told, imamene muri ben sapato, imirani kumbuyo, mzazi wa president, when sapato, welcome the president. Okay, so we have seen segregations in society, and these vices, they have not taken the country anywhere progressive. People want to cling on a bopen at Napunzira. Every other person, including that person who knows how to write his name, but has got also wisdom and is willing to be corrected. Is willing to be corrected because there is an African proverb which says that a madman saved the village. A madman was saying, no, oh, then people were saying, no, yes. So, so we are calling upon I know it all. We're not saying everybody. I don't want to create a general statement that which is a sweeping statement. Selectively, we are very nice civil servants. Okay? There are people that are able to realize their wrongs very quickly, and then they assimilate into the system. They acclimatize into the system. Yes, not the type of individuals we have which does not want to be corrected, which does not want to be told, here we went off tangent, here let's go it this way. And the reason why they are resisting like that, it shows that they know nothing. They know nothing because leadership is about people that are being led. So if you don't want, just see some few months ago, they were calling the president, His Excellency, Ngombe. Yes, Abanaba Ngombe, Vale Peter. Yes, but today they want to be in the forefront to speak good, but the only demeaning goodness about whatever they want to talk, Mr. Soko and the listeners out there, is that they're not speaking volumes enough because their works are betraying their actions. Okay, their actions and their words are not at par. So we are finding that difference creating a little bit of tension, and it's the reason why you have seen in certain instances, any negative issue, any information, even let's talk about the ZESCO MD. Somebody wants to embarrass an MD over a straightforward issue, over nothing. We have had MDs in this country before. There has not been any pay rise, any negotiation in terms of his salary or anything else. But all in all, people just want to rise up and start bringing embarrassing statements. The only thing we always tend to forget as citizens and as people is that what if it was you? Do unto others what you would expect them to do unto you. The golden rule of the Bible. And if, in my mind, just as I said, I want to say thank you to His Excellency the President Hakainde Hichilema once more again. Because look, do unto others what you expect them to do unto you. If His Excellency was retributive, if His Excellency wanted to go the vengeful way, we would have not had the peace. Let's not forget, you the media people, you were called names, you were insulted. Some of your friends were being assaulted, and they were being given bail, police bond in their own recognizance, without any payment to the welfare and running of the governance institution. Yes, we have had the situations where very rich politicians, maybe I've gone ahead of you, we have very rich politicians, wealthy politicians, they are being charged, you are being given bail because they are related to somebody. Bail, you can do 10,000. When TREVOR MWIINDE was being arrested in 2015, those are the figures we were paying, man. A youth leader at the province, I'm paying 10,000 bail. Police bond, bail figures, we're paying 5,000. Records are there to show. Okay?
And talking about the fight against corruption, others are concerned that you haven't secured any conviction as the UPND, and that at the same time we've also seen your officials from the UPND suggesting that the fight against corruption is rather being frustrated by the Director of Public Prosecution. Do you share those sentiments?
It's very disappointing and very disheartening. We have lived in this country. We have had the Director of Prosecutions before even Mutembo Nchito. We have had there was that lousy man, Mukelabai. He was a DPP. Okay, we are coming from where our minds, we are not very down. No, we have seen how they have been performing, how they have been supporting. There are certain institutional departments that which do not need to compromise the policy of government. Amongst them is the judges, the Director of Public Prosecution. Today, it's surprising that an issue which can be determined by Magistrate Court, people are saying, no, let's have this matter determined by the Constitutional Court. But Jumpa High Court, no, let's have this matter determined by the Constitutional Court. Because they have favors somewhere. They have somebody who is going to determine, who is going to play their ball game. Okay? We have situations where people are saying a by-election nullification has been overturned. It's God's case now, no appeal, because the President has made it clearly in Parliament. He has made it in his appearances before and even in his speeches. He has said we shall increase the value and the benefits for the people that are non-corrupt, and we shall increase the sanctions to those that are corrupt. But the corrupt today, they are adamant, they are standing with their head high to try and challenge the system. And this system, mind you, dear colleagues, it's the same conversation, it's the same narration. We are coming from a background where I've been talking about people not willing to support the new dawn in terms of their actions. It's based on nepotism. People are employed, dear decision makers, advisors to the president. People are employed in the previous regime. Others were given even contracts before August to make sure that they will be helping them in certain sensitive matters. So if we are not going to find a lasting solution, we are good as even not spending hours explaining to people what we want to do. Because every other thing we would want to try and do, it will be shut down.
We take our last call there. You are through to the program. Hello? I think we have a message there.
It's correct. I agree with Mr.
The game should end. Deliver one way or
I agree with Mr.
helping the youth is by reducing the retirement age to 55. empowerment is a waste of money. Mwapeke. So Mr. Mwape, someone is also saying that job well done by UPND. Almost 70% of your promises we have seen. I'm Alani Muvila from Mandola. Well, that's is giving you a mic on your behalf. You didn't give me one though. Nurses, teachers, CDF, and free education. Cadarism is not a weapon. We changed the PF because of the high cost of living, but this is very poor because because things are very high. I think that's what I wanted to say there. And you need to employ, because PF government built hospitals and schools. There are so many comments are coming there. The Black Mountain can be used to pay back our debt if well managed. An interesting comment there. It's true. Coming from the Black Mountain. Good evening, panel. We were expecting so much for the new from the new Dawn government, but honestly speaking, they have failed us. The economy is on its knees, crumbling. This is Masao Zega Mambo Pakopala. Masao Zega Mambo Pakopala. They are giving his perspective. Also, there you have it, a cocktail of opinions. And you have 4 minutes, Mr. MWIINDE, yes, to just wind up. And based on the comments that have come through, there you can. You
see,
ahead.
My brother, failure and success, they are cousins. And development also has got consequences. People chose to delay His Excellency Hakainde Hichilema to become a Republican president. People politicized, people enjoyed jokes, they enjoyed people who were going to just be playing around like maybe it's an entertainment or concert. But the truth of the matter is that okay, that's here to show us. But after the road is done, some people will start smiling and saying, this is okay. And people must not forget that even Ichitumbi in a mortuary, so even today, people must not say, no, me, I'm UPND now more than you. Even Ichitumbi mortuary, muntu anafa. Then today you want to start telling me that no, Mama politics here, 1877. No, it is the political party which did delay that golden egg. Okay? So politics of benefiting me alone. If we are to analyze clearly speaking, independently, and if it was going to be voted for, say, oh, give you this one a job, give you this one a job, would have all been employed by now, sir, Mr. Soko. Would have all been employed. But look, we have been versatile and dynamic in style. But the president also assured that he was preparing a cake for the... Yes! Is that cake delaying, Mr. No, it is not delaying. It has already started. Did you know that the PF, they had to demonstrate to be given the Black Mountain and the Copper Belt? Have you forgotten? Maybe we are not yet... we are still at courage, maybe. Yes. The PF had to demonstrate to be given the Black Mountain. Was there a demonstration? The answer is no. The Black Mountain was given to the youths. There are a lot of yawning opportunities. But the challenge that which we have, I think we need to have a radical mindset. It's a deliberate campaign to try and galvanize and prepare the mental frames of our youths in terms of being entrepreneurs. Because there are a lot of opportunities in the sector of agriculture. We will not talk about agriculture. We'll talk about agriculture in a short and medium long term. Yes, where you say, I will plant oranges, that which will start ripening after 3-4 years. I will plant lemons, but we have youths that are expecting to have a white-collar job, and yet maybe not very qualified. I'm not insulting the people that support the New Dawn administration. I'm just being factual and open. So we need to create a win-win situation. We are not blaming nobody. We're just trying to refresh one another's memory. And the cutters of this media systems, these are the very small radio stations that which were even being said 9 months ago, yes. But God, less animal Torah. God is an equalizer who even yes. We do not want to go back to the confusion time where people want to ride on the confusion. Cadarism was a cancer, if not well managed, can even make a progressive government go on its knees. We are the people that were able to call the president and negotiate for a deal with the president in the presence of everybody. We don't want such kind of leadership. Gone are those days. We want a sober government, which we have. Okay? And we must thank God, because see, those that are used to flourish in confusion, they will keep on complaining. But each and every day, it comes with an opportunity. There are a lot of yawning opportunities. If at all the people that are directors in government, they open up to allow the youths be able to access certain programs and projects. I thank you.
Interesting. There you have it. Mr. Mwinde winding up our conversation on the people's verdict. Remember, ours is a noble platform to give you, our dear viewers, an opportunity to interact with our leaders, and of course, we help you ask those pertinent questions while you make the verdict. And we hope you had a great viewing with our guests for today. Until next time, when we come with another interesting episode of the People's Verdict. This has been Patrick Soko. Stay tuned to Camnet TV. Remember, Camnet TV is not just another channel.